Hololive seems intent on never debuting the next Holo JPs from the main branch. Instead, they have blessed us with Hololive Devices' new 2nd gen members. The Flow Glow girls have debuted, with some minor subculting from YouTube, and so let's explore what each of the girls are like. I've watched their debuts, so you don't have to. The designs are quite modern, and you can tell Hololive wants to have VTubers with a punk rebel aesthetic. They even made each of them rap to introduce themselves. Situations surrounding their debuts both during and after were quite chaotic. One of the girls was chaos herself, the other showed a mismatch between her personality and her model's design. One girl was attacked by Hololive fans for allegedly not appreciating streamer culture, and another was attacked by Hololive fans in Japan because she was clumsy enough to waddle into controversy, not her fault. Her elite senpai Miko had to go save her. The last girl, while free of problems plaguing her genmates, came to Hololive bearing some baggage of her own, her backstory hiding a tragedy that almost unfolded. If certain things didn't happen, he might not be on this earth anymore. So yeah, her words on stream implied she almost unalived herself. Shh, don't tell Subaru. It wasn't all doom and gloom. Overall, it was a good string of debuts. And so today, let us delve deep to who the VTubers are, what they're like, how they've chosen to present themselves, and perhaps you might even find a new oshi after watching this video. We begin with this charming young lady, Rindo Chihaya. Chihaya is my personal favorite. She's an absolute gem. Great design, great voice, decent at singing. It's not the best, but she's got spirit. Great personality, is super mischievous, nice body, fine with lewd things, is sex herself. She's quite interesting to watch. Chihaya is a natural at streaming. Is a love life simp. She likes Nozomi. He never loses a cool and just goes at her own pace. She's like a car without the brakes. In simple terms, she is a big booby Genki yapper. Even her character lore is interesting. He has a driver's aesthetic, and she loves rhyming. Apparently, she's a DJ as well. She's a whole package. To think, this girl once believed she couldn't get into Hololive. Chihaya is really good at talking. Once she starts, she's like a submachine gun. Never stops talking. Other VTubers keep saying they're good at talking. Chihaya keeps apologizing for talking too much. The tongue just can't keep up with her pronunciation. Her mouth just can't move fast enough. If she slows down her talking, her brain and tongue speed just don't match. Her gears aren't syncing. If she feels nervous, her speech just accelerates. It's amazing. If you watch Kanade at 1.5x speed, you should watch Chihaya at 0.7x speed. Chihaya's charm point in her design is definitely her fat meaty thighs. It's all thanks to Chihaya's artist, Koidamon Sensei, who also did the art for Atelier Ryza. Ryza, who also has fat meaty thighs, whose thighs get fatter and meatier with each new installment from the game Atelier Ryza. Hail Koidamon Sensei, the second coming of Gao Papa. Instead of making Aqua's boobs bigger with each new illustration, thou shall make Chihaya's thighs fatter with each new design. God bless her. We'll forgive her for anything as long as she has those plump thighs. Her boobs are big as well. It's just too bad we'll never get to see those thighs often, since VTubers stream from the waist up. The minute Chihaya told everyone she had a Twitter tag for NFSW art called @Chihaya, the fan arts went crazy with all the lewd fat thigh and big titty artworks. It kinda helps that Chihaya encouraged the fan arts, saying that she might take a peek at those watermelon squishers. This is a world that Suisei will never see. Chihaya is a pretty assertive girl, already planning tons of projects like variety shows, IRL streams, cooking, driving, vlogs, etc. She's really looking forward to taking her genmates and Regal senpais out on a drive. But look, she plays the trombone. That's enough of Chihaya for now. There are plenty more girls who need their time in the spotlight. You know, when I was looking at Flow Glow before their debut, in the PVs, I believed that Vivi would be the Kusugaki of the group. After they debut, I would argue that Suchan is actually the Mesugaki of the group, despite her innocent appearance. Mizumiya Su is the blue-haired midget of Flow Glow. We call her Suchan, the second coming of Kobo, who is also a fan of Kobo. She's very bratty, very childish, her brain is childlike as well. She failed her Japanese quiz so badly that I think she wants to switch branches to Hololive EN even though she's JP. Her voice fits her model to a T. What you see is what you get, and what I see is a Kusugaki. Sorry guys. For such a typical bratty character, Suchan actually has a very sad backstory. The reason why she joined Hololive was quite depressing and uplifting at the same time. Suchan almost died. At least it was implied she almost did. Suchan almost died before she was saved by Hololive. Subaru was the one who saved her.
Huh?
Suchan's dark VTuber Oshi is actually Suchan's first Oshi because she was saved by Subaru's streams. At the time, Suchan was worried about a bunch of stuff in her life, She was taciturn since she was a child, being horrible at human interactions, bottling everything up in her heart. After failing to become a dancer, which she had dreamed of since elementary school, her failures led her to a bad place. And from the sound of it seemed like she almost unalived herself, allegedly. It took Suchan's mother talking to her a lot to help her heal. It was to stop Suchan from thinking about bad thoughts. Otherwise, Su would not be here today, but her mom had a job, so she couldn't be there 24/7 for her daughter. This is where Subaru Senpai came in. Subaru was Suchan's first introduction into VTubing. By watching Subaru streams every day, it made her life a little brighter. It made her days fun. Suchan almost cried when she was talking about what Subaru did for her back then.
スーはスバル先輩の配信を見てすっごい救われてたもう毎日スバル先輩の配信があったから毎日楽しかったし
And Suchan became convinced that she had to become a Hololive VTuber during Subaru's 3D Live on their 3rd anniversary. Suchan realized when she was watching Subaru's 3D Live that VTubers had so much power that they could give people dreams. It was Subaru, the one she admired, the duck that shined brighter than the sun, which made Suchan decide to enter Hololive. Suchan told herself, I want to go there. I have to do it. It was such a touching story, such a Kusogaki character. When Suchan was explaining her story, her voice was cracking. She was almost in tears. She begged her fans to never tell Subaru about her story, to try not to tell her that. Keep Suchan's story close to your heart as you root for her from afar. This Kusogaki deserves the world. Many Hololive VTubers will probably never know just how much of an impact that they've had on people's lives. It's nice to see someone who received salvation from Hololive standing in the same place as their oshis did before them. Perhaps one day, Suchan might do for her fans what Subaru did for her all those years ago. Suchan loves dancing, and she likes VTubers who can dance like Hajime, Kobo, and Bei. Bei's style of dance is closest to the genre of dance that Suchan likes to do. She spent her entire life dancing, and almost lost it if it wasn't for Subaru. So she's really drawn to dancing. Suchan will work hard so she can stand on the same stage as the senpais she admires. Moving on, we talk about Isaki Riona, who is the leader of Flow Glow. She is a great singer, she likes rapping and is a dancer. Riona's livestream debut was pure brain rot. It felt like you were getting sucked into the video. She was trying to hypnotize her viewers into coming back to her channel if they wanted to relax. First impressions, Riona is a pervert. She's good at sexy dance, among other things. When asked what she would do when she could swap bodies with a Flow Glow member, Riona replied that she was going to swap with Chihaya and fondle her boobs. She's totally not say-so at all. Riona actually doubled down on the horny. When asked who she would bring when she could bring one person to an uninhabited island, Riona chose Chihaya again so she could fondle her boobs. Then Riona triples down. When asked if she had the power to turn one member in Flow Glow into a pet, who would it be? Riona replied, without hesitation, she would turn Chihaya into her pet so she could fondle her boobs. This girl loves Sekuhara a little too much. You can see Yago's dreams dying in the background. Riona isn't just horny, she loves rap as well. It was always one of her dreams to rap to Lil Yukichi's beats. And this guy is a very famous rapper, by the way. And this dream came true during her debut, just like all of her dreams from now on. I think Riona's hobbies are all over the place. She likes splatter horror movies with violence, blood, and gore like Koganei, but she can't really handle horror games. Apparently, she really likes splatter films as a form of stress relief. Even Koganei felt there might be many similarities between her and her kohai, especially when this doggo used to be scared of soap.
Shampoo.
Unfortunately, Riona encountered some controversy after her debut, and let me just say, some of the Hololive fans in Japan are just horrible people. Riona was actually attacked by Hololive fans after she said she was bored of playing games.
このゲーム難しいな。結構飽き性なんだよね。なんかこう配信内容変えようとかなってさ、一回切ってさ、またやるとかさ、やっちゃいそうなタイプなんだけどさ、あんまないよね普通。飽きた。
After 1 hour into the stream, she was playing a game called Liar's Game, and she decided to end it after 1 hour before starting to sing. She sang really well and a lot of fans loved it. Unfortunately, there were a lot of other fans who insulted her lack of dedication to streaming. They called her disrespectful to her viewers and developers who allowed her to play the game. They even called her a prideful princess, blaming her arrogance on her past where she used to be an idol in AKB48. Hololive fans in Japan believed she thought playing with her viewers was boring. They forced her to apologize in the YouTube comments below. Eventually, the controversy got too large, and Riona eventually privated the entire livestream. Much later, in a different livestream where she was playing Mario Luigi Brothership, Riona actually started crying when she was apologizing to fans for being disrespectful to them.
昨日の配信を非公開にしている件について謝らせてください。ゲームプレイ中にプレイをさせていただいている身であるにもかかわらず、失礼な発言をしてしまって申し訳ありませんでした。視聴者様と一緒にゲームができることが嬉しくて、またポーカーなど心理戦のようなゲームが好きなので選ばせていただいたゲームだったのですが、ゲームの楽しさを伝えられない焦りから発言や配信内容、配信よろしくお願いします。
Personally, I don't agree with this. I don't think Riona did anything wrong. Tons of larger streamers who are way more popular than Hololive VTubers, both inside and outside of Japan, rage quit or just stop playing games to do reaction slop all the time. And they don't get backlash, so why should Riona get hated? Some streamers just straight out dunk on a game all the time, and they don't get cancelled, so I do not believe Riona should be punished. In my opinion, Riona did nothing wrong. She shouldn't have needed to apologize. Some JP fans are like that sometimes, are reasonably toxic and nonsensical. But not all of JP's fans are actually bad. There are plenty of good ones as well. Regardless, I wish Riona the best in her streaming career. The setbacks that Flow Glow had to encounter while they were debuting did not stop their debuts from becoming so fun that even their senpai Kanade tried to re-debut as Flow Glow's 6th member after all their debuts ended. Of course, her manager said no because Kanade can be unreasonable sometimes. Such a kusogaki, she needs punishment. Next we have Koganei Niko. At first, Niko seemed like this cheerful, mature, fierce tiger lady who's stylish and modern. She felt like a sophisticated one-sama, but in reality she's actually pretty clumsy. She's like a cute, pathetic, silly girl who just looks hot, but is actually clumsy on the inside. You know, if Niko just keeps her mouth shut, she's really hot, but the minute she opens her mouth, you realize, this girl is kind of pathetic. Niko has a pretty hot voice. People thought she was the mature One-chan type character before her debut, but in it, he showed how immature she was with her jokes. And her skit was pure brain rot like Riona's as well. Niko messed up so many times during her livestream, calling herself an idiot. She was so nervous, she kept second-guessing herself while she tried and failed to hype herself up. Sometimes it seems like she forgot what to do on stream. This is a girl failure. She can't even do calligraphy properly. Couldn't even type her own fan name properly. Tries to blow her fans a kiss to embarrass them, gets embarrassed instead, asking fans not to clip her second failed kiss. Niko really is the most pathetic VTuber in all of Hololive device. I guess we should have really taken a hint the minute she released the Shikan Noko 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 Koshitantan song. This song was pure brain rot when it was released. The girls in the anime, My Dear Nokotan, were either crazy or with a butt of jokes, in one way or the other. I guess by releasing this song, Niko's trying to tell us that she's as pathetic as the main character with blonde hair as well. I will say that Niko is a good singer despite her ability to screw things up. Niko calls her Kiwako, by the way, because she forgot what Kiwako's name is. Honestly, I thought Niko was just another Raden, someone who was sophisticated and mature, but no, she was just another Aokun who was also thought to be a princely, ikemen character, but then she turned out to be so clumsy and fun. Chat actually went crazy when Niko showed that she could take off her glasses. Who knew this pathetic girl had such riz? Niko is Gat Moe plus Ultra. Unfortunately, again, in the same way as Riona's debut, not everything went well with Niko's debut either. She got into some trouble when she was choosing a fan name for her viewers. Some suggestions included Nikotan, Torafuna, and Tankyusha. which implies fans are seeking Niko. One outside-the-box suggestion from chat included 25p. The comment was watching the debut stream. Niko started making a fuss when Niko chose the 25p fan name.
はい、ということで、ニコピーです。
今
よろしくお願いします、ニコピーの皆さん。
ダメだろ
撮りました、今。
25p sounded a little too similar to the 35p fan name that Niko had used for years. Both of their names as VTubers were similar as well, so the confusion would have been even worse. Of course, Niko was just making a joke, and in the end she knew that it was her own fans trying to mess around by suggesting such a similar sounding fan name. But her fans didn't think so. They attacked Niko's kohai Niko after the livestream, forcing Niko to step in to try to resolve the situation. Niko urged fans not to blame anyone and to treat her kohai Niko kindly. Niko was really grateful for her senpai support, and she apologized for causing controversy in her debut stream, announcing that the fan name would be Nikotan instead. It's not her fault. Knowing how pathetic and clumsy Niko is, it's likely she just bumbled her way into this mess. Sasuga Nikopon. Finally, we have Kikirara Vivi, one of the last members of Flow Glow. He has a very odd naming sense, not gonna lie. Vivi is a makeup artist. Her outfit looks a little weird, while she gives off a bratty Masugaki vibe on first impression. However, she feels pretty plain in the debut stream. For people hoping that there was someone normal for once, look no further, Vivi is the girl for you. She's surprisingly normal, that's for sure. She's like the girly girl that likes powdering her face, playing with her eyeshadow, lipsticks and stuff. She was telling us to use moisturizer and sunscreen and that UV light was her mortal enemy. She's the type that likes taking baths every day, basically the complete opposite of stinky orcas. It's barely been a week and she's already recommending premium lotion and what she describes as Dr. K Medicated C Wrinkle White Milk. She showed interest in getting an overseas fanbase by using her passion English to talk to us even though she didn't actually know how to speak English. Vivi has a slight Kansai dialect in her speech, has a large ahoge, even made a bunch of silly drawings for a botched rendition of Reglos's Dunkan Heartbeat. Some of the drawings really made the Regloss girls look pretty dead. It was a funny skit for a debut, and that was the last of the debuts. It wasn't all perfect at the end. Flow Glow's channels underwent their traditional YouTube sub-culling session, which is very common among Hololive device generations, losing a total of 283,000 subscribers in the process. One of them, Suchan, even lost over 64,000 subscribers, cutting his sub count by half. Each of the Flow Glow VTubers lost at least or around 50,000 subscribers in the subculling, so go resubscribe if the channel you are following was hit by the YouTube subculling. The Flow Glow VTubers are young, fresh and new. They're legends in the making. They have a bright future ahead of them. Despite all the setbacks, harassment and dark histories, they're choosing to move towards the future they want, with smiles brighter than the sun. It's only going to get better from here on out. That's the end of the video. Now if you don't mind, subscribe to my channel so I can keep making videos